All right, guys, I'm live. I'm going to turn off the chat. It's on now. I just want to see that people are chiming in. I'm going to have a reaction to this Julian Michaels keto opinion nonsense. So I'm just waiting for you guys to come in so I can make sure, because afterwards I want to have discussion. What's going on? All right, Narita. So right now I see Narita's in the house. I'm going to have a Julian Michaels reaction, but I'm going to turn off the chat. Hey guys, I'm going to turn off the chat so I can't see it for now so I can react, and then I will turn on the chat so we can discuss this bullcrap. What's up, everyone? Okay, so hide all chat messages for now. Let me see. So I'm going to hide it. Okay, so it's just being hidden for about 15 minutes, and I'm going to do a quick stream before the sun goes down. So I took some crazy notes. This is last minute. I should be more prepared, but I'm not. Okay. So she's talking about that keto is, so I just looked at her video. It's so ridiculous. It's embarrassing. Julian Michaels, honey, you need to talk to me. All right. You want to learn about keto? Come to Stuff, because you don't know what you're talking about, honey. I'm 51 years of age. What? Where's my oxidative stress? What? All right. Here we go. So she says, the ketogenic diet is 20 carbs. She doesn't say if it's 20 net or 20 total. She doesn't mention any of the other macros when she mentions the net carbs. So, honey, it's 200 grams of fat. And she's like, oh, that's saturated fat. Yes, that's what we're made out of. We're not made out of avocados and olives, okay? And coconut oil, by the way. With that, she says that that your body's in a state of emergency. What emergency, darling? No. See, we have the body to be able to make ketones just by not eating for 6 hours. It's a secondary fuel source that your body can utilize at any time. At any time. That's not an emergency. What's an emergency is when you're hypoglycemic, okay? You're not making viable ketones, and so your body's using blood glucose to fuel the fledgling brain through gluconeogenesis. That, my dear, is a state of an emergency. So with that said, I don't think she understands the whole mechanism of ketones and ketone bodies and how they're used within the Krebs cycle and can get past the blood-brain barrier like this. Now, you have to eat a lot of fat to be able to create the enzymes to break down and convert the fat, the dietary fat that you're eating, into ketone bodies to be used within your system. Krebs cycle. Now I wrote this stuff so fast. I was like, I have to hit this subject before the sun goes down. Yes, the keto diet is rich in saturated fats that have fat-soluble vitamins, which are so important. See, because these fat-soluble vitamins, like vitamin D, is so toxic to the liver. These are toxins that you're not going to be getting in your fruits. And I'm not talking about coconuts. Now, with that said, she said that she's just doing a common sense diet. And she's talked about telomeres. Girlfriend, you don't know what you're talking about with the telomeres. So you're saying that, fruits lengthen the telomeres and animal byproducts don't? And she said it was a high protein diet. Wrong again. Child, if you want to learn about keto, just come to me. I've been doing this 11 years. 11. What? So keto is not a high protein diet. Now, yes, there are a lot of reports saying that keto can be harmful, and it can when it's done wrong. So when you hear people out there not eating enough fat because of people like Jillian Michaels, they're like, oh, I don't want to, she's right, I don't want to eat fat, so I'll just eat a lot of protein and put stress on the kidneys and eat the wrong kinds of protein. So she says, she's not referencing any studies. It doesn't even matter because keto has not been around long enough where people have done long-term studies. So all you have right now is anecdotal observational studies, or just observing what's happened to people. Now, the longest study was a 1 month, 30-day study, and that was published. And that is not enough information. I'm getting a lot of freaking notifications. Okay, that is not enough information to understand what's happening. I'm gonna put this down for a second, see if there's anything else she says. She talks about a common sense diet. I just gotta hit these points that she said, and then I'm gonna talk freely. She talked about polyphenols, phenols, and antioxidants. There are polyphenols and antioxidants in cruciferous vegetables. She's like, oh, you have to have your fruits. You have to, or else you're not going to get your antioxidants. Baloney. Okay? And the antioxidants are not as bioavailable without glutathione. So, y'all need to get your freaking protein in to access the antioxidants in that fruit that has been hybridized, selectively bred, and modified to have more fructose. All right, so she talks about just need a common sense diet, because what about those PCOS people? And then she also talked about, okay, the benefits. It was just like weird how she did this very quick video without understanding more about physiology. And she says a common sense diet. What's that? Jillian Michaels, what's that? Now, I normally don't talk about people and I don't say their names, but when people trying to like put down a dietary lifestyle that could benefit so many people, girlfriend, do your research more. Don't do a 4 or 5 minute video without understanding more. She goes, what's a common sense diet? I know you guys are watching, but what the frack is a common sense diet? Now I'm going to turn on the chat soon. What's a common sense diet? I don't understand what a common sense diet. Okay, I'll get to that. She talks about keto giving you oxidative stress. How? Doesn't mention it. Doesn't really actually mention the things that can hurt you by doing a wrong ketogenic protocol. She doesn't mention it at all. She just throws out these terms like, you know, telomeres and polyphenols and antioxidants and but it's just broad words just thrown out that make no sense. But because she has a big name and she's high profile, then people are just going to listen to just nothingness. And I don't have anything against her as a person, but when you rag on something, a dietary measure, a lifestyle that you don't know about, I'm coming for you. Now, with that said, what else does she say that's ridiculous? Okay, common sense diet, and the best way to be, what did she say? Insulin sensitive or sensitive insulin, or so she said in a strange way, was to exercise. That's how you become. So I can eat some cake, and I can eat some, sensible diet, right? I can eat bread with gluten in it. I can have a high lectin diet. I can have a sensitivity and eat that, and then do a lot of exercise, and then I'm going to be insulin sensitive. Okay, you guys, I'm going to let you chime into this chat soon, so hold on with me. I'm just going to address some of these things, and I'm going so fast. I just wanted to hit this before the sun went down. Now, let's talk about the common sense diet. I'll put this over here. So she means a standard American diet. She goes, eat whole foods. So what if I have a sensitivity to, like I said, to grains? What if I have celiac sport? What if I have this disorder with celiac? What about gluten? What about tannins and saponins and salicylates, oxalates, goitrogens, nightshades? What if I have a thyroid problem and I get sick when I have pepper and tomatoes? What if I have an oxalobacter bacteria deficiency and I eat oxalate-rich foods and I develop gout in my feet and I feel sick? What if I have a diamine oxidase deficiency of an enzyme and I cannot digest a lot of plant source foods? How do I unlock the antioxidants but still have a DAO deficiency? Okay, you didn't mention that. So what would be a sensible diet? Would it be some toast with, I don't know, is coffee with some sugar in it? Brown sugar, is that sensible? What else is sensible? But she said whole foods. Okay. So would it be a bunch of fruit, like you said? Well, what if the fruit has been genetically altered? Like bananas are supposed to be short, stumpy, with big seeds, and very starchy, almost unedible. Okay. So what if I were to eat a sensible diet and let's say, so it's okay to eat fruits out of season, high in lectins and fructose. What if I have non-alcoholic fatty liver disorder and I'm eating a lot of fruits, but I don't process the fructose very well? The liver is not like it. What if my liver is just fatty and junked up through high estrogen, and then I'm supposed to eat a lot of fruit? Is that a sensible diet? Right? What if certain plant source foods give you GI disorder and you've got Crohn's, IBS, diverticulitis, and you're saying eat a sensible diet, and so you start eating foods that don't agree with you? Exercise is what makes you insulin sensitive, she said. Now that one is the dumbest comment out of all of them, and I'll tell you why. If you have adrenal insufficiencies, if you have a thyroid disorder, right? If you have inverted cortisol and you exercise, like she's like, go, do it, and you exercise like that, you can develop low cortisol. When you have chronically low cortisol, you want to be in bed all day long. And that's what can happen if you are training on pre-workouts and caffeine and you don't sleep well, your cortisol's inverted. What happens is the cortisol should be highest in the morning. That's supposed to wake you up and get you going. But it becomes inverted because we have lamps and television and all types of technology to keep us stimulated. So now your cortisol starts to release when the melatonin should be the highest. So you develop sleep disorder. And when you sleep, you should be connected to a circadian rhythm. Your circadian rhythm is connected to your reproductive hormones. Your circadian rhythm is connected to the release of organs, like bile is on a circadian rhythm to help break down fats. So all you have to do is just exercise and then I'm insulin sensitive. So what happens often with people who have an inverted cortisol and they go into gluconeogenesis and adrenal issues is that their blood sugar runs high. It runs high. So if you're not eating enough carbohydrate, because you either eat a carb diet or you eat a ketogenic diet. Now, you don't have to eat a ketogenic diet to monitor your insulin or become insulin sensitive. But I promise you, you better find out what carbohydrates that your body can tolerate with all the anti-nutrients in them. You better figure out your digestive enzymes and HCl levels in your stomach. You best time your carbohydrates if you're a carb burner to make sure that your glycogen is not depleted so you don't go into gluconeogenesis and develop reactive hypoglycemia. So you can do a low whole foods starch-based diet, protein of course, and starch, like a sort of quasi paleo, but I don't like to say paleo, I like to call it low carb high fat, when you find out what foods that you can digest, that you don't have a histamine response to. Because she did not mention histamine production or not being able to break down histamines in the body. She was just like, eat fruit, because like, why would you would miss fruit? I'm like, well, avocado's a fruit, you're not gonna miss that. If you guys can have a slightly higher carbohydrate count, you can handle coconuts. That's a fruit. And for people who can tolerate nightshades or can tolerate de-skinned, de-seeded tomatoes, that's also fruit. Olives are also fruit. So, what you guys don't understand, a lot of people don't realize that all of our food has been genetically altered in some varying degree. It's not what grows in nature. So these are the things that frack us up. When people typically have allergies towards foods that are giving you an anaphylactic reaction, commonly it's because of plant source foods. So when people just broad stroke be like, just exercise a lot and eat a sensible diet, and that'll monitor your insulin and then your blood glucose, and then you'll be healthy and your telomeres will be long and you're gonna not age, is absolute nonsense. She's like, I've been doing this for a long time. Well, guess what, my dear? So have I. So with that said, and I eat a high cholesterol saturated diet. What? And I'm not in a turtleneck up to here. That's what's up. Now, I'm going to turn on the chat, get your guys' reaction. And I think I'm going to say a few more things before I turn on the chat. When people who have never done a ketogenic protocol before, they will put it down like Jillian Michaels because it takes coin out of her pocket. Understand this. When a dietary measure that you don't know about, that you can't make money on, if your audience goes from this crazy exercise, sensible diet nonsense to, because you cannot break down and analyze what that is, because everybody has now deficiencies, HCl level issues, DAO deficiencies, people who've got thyroid issue who cannot do raw vegetables or fruits, certain fruits. So, let me get my brain straight, try on the slide. The thing is that people like her who don't do a ketogenic protocol will put it down with no science, like nothing contextualized, nothing. These weird, vapid statements that mean zero without context. This takes away from her industry, right? Just follow her exercise program and eat a sensible diet, and I can make you insulin sensitive, which is a bunch of nonsense. Because if you have stress, if you have issues, adrenal issues and thyroid issues, your blood sugar is going to run high. If you have hypoglycemia, if you're constantly cortisol driven because of a lot of inflammation that's going on in your body for certain reasons, you're not going to get your insulin down. Not fasting, not nothing, until you actually change your whole life. So don't forget to like up this stream, you guys. I know you guys are watching. I'm about to turn on the chat real quick. But the reason why people like her talk about keto is because it takes coin out of her pocket. Now she's going to say like, that is not true. That is not true. It is true. It may not be what you think, but honey, it is true. Because if people jump ship on your exercise programs that you sell and your dietary measures and go to keto, it literally takes coin out of your pocket. If people are about to buy your program and be like, maybe not, maybe I'll try this keto thing or keto carnivore thing. Let me get some water. It does take coin out of her pocket. And so that's why you have people like her, which is just noise to me. You know, when you have doctors tell you that you can't do it for the long term, it's more interesting to hear, no, that's not true. Somebody like Chris Kresser, who I think he's amazing, but he'll say you can't do keto for the long term. A lot of these people, there's not enough data to understand somebody keto doing it for the long term, for the long run. There's not enough data for that. So nobody knows, except for people like me. Because I have stayed at 20 net carbs and in an emergency state that Jillian Michaels is discussing or mentioning in this video. That I've been in this emergency state for 11 years. I've gotten smarter, stronger, and younger over time. And guess what, baby cakes? Probably have been protecting my telomeres from oxidative stress from the life that she's talking about, which is a bunch of exercise and a sensible diet. That doesn't mean nothing. So I had to have my little rant and give my review on that video. That's absolute garbage because people keep sending it to me. And I'm sorry, Miss Jillian Michaels, I'm going to tag your name like crazy. I hope you watch this video. Definitely. I got nothing against you. But when you start coming for a dietary measure that helped my mother and her glioblastoma by still alive 11 years later, I'm coming for you, darling. I work with people, thousands of people over the last years, 8 years. Thousands of people, a lot of people who join these streams I've worked with. And they're like, this is help, that is help, this is help, that is help. So if you really want to sit down and have a discussion with me and learn something, I'm right here. All right, I'm right here. So with that said, I'm going to turn on the chat. I want to hear what you guys have to say about that stupid video. And then somebody else sent me another dumb video. And remember this, you guys. Keto has not been studied over the long term where people are doing my strict version of it, where you're taking into account if you have any type of blood sugar dysregulation. Type 1, type 2 diabetics. Type 2 diabetics can't go hours and hours without eating. They cannot. So their insulin, their ketogenic, being ketotic is very like, because they always have to have insulin, right? Some exogenous insulin. When we're talking about people who've got cancer, should they stop because your body's in an emergency when you do keto? What about people who've got autoimmunity, gut issues? What about people who are doing carnivore? That's even more extreme, right? Why are people doing carnivore? Because they have obliterated their gut biome. They cannot digest plants anymore. That mucus layer, gone. Microvilli, gone. Big open holes in the small intestine. So some people can't eat your sensible diet and they have to do carnivore or do a ketogenic protocol to heal their gut. The problem is the cheese, the nuts, the caffeine, the before and after weight loss nonsense. That's the problem with the ketogenic diet and the hype. People have an aversion to nuts because of the phytates. They eat a bunch of nuts, they start getting sick, they start getting bloated. They're like, I thought this was keto. Dirty keto is now a term that is commonly used. When I started talking about dirty keto, people thought I was insane. They're like, girl, you crazy, you too strict. Now people are stop trolling me on that, and now there's like clean keto. I was like, clean keto. Yo, I've been doing clean keto every video. Yes, just about every video. So with that said, I'm going to turn on the chat and hear what you guys got to say. This better go on. I'll be pissed. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. You guys have been chatting away, but I haven't been able to see anything. So how does keto carnivore affect cholesterol levels? It doesn't. Don't listen to that IV. It's not, has in cholesterol, that's another, cholesterol what? Who cares? Cholesterol. Do a calc test, check your calcium levels to see if you've got high blood pressure, see if you have any of the coronary artery disease symptoms, and don't go by your total cholesterol. Because if they go by your total cholesterol, I'm a ghost. I would have been dead years ago. And I've got like the strongest, most amazing arteries, period. Okay, my boyfriend came into while I was watching, she's 51. Yes, I'm 51. 51, what? 51. Come on now. Let's see. Jillian, Michael needs to go to school. Yeah, but like she's got a big platform, so she opens her mouth and all of a sudden a video goes viral and everybody's like, the ketogenic diet. And that's exactly what I was saying 6 years ago. Y'all hype this stuff. It's going to come and go. And a lot of people can reap the benefits of it. Won't, because they'll get scared from a ridiculous person. She's not a person, ridiculous statement that Jillian Michaels made. Okay, I'm getting ready to graduate down and my sleep finally got well. Been dreaming this whole week. Awesome, Keishel. I haven't heard from you for a while. Okay, Jillian Michaels, she's not skinny. I don't think she's skinny. I've actually seen her twice. One on a flight and at my gym. Twice I saw her at my gym. We were like passing each other on the stairs like, but like she doesn't know who I am. But I remember her. Okay. She's watching, she's getting school right now. Right. Oh, you're awesome. Just killed it and gonna keep killing it. Thank you. Jillian Michaels, maximum strength, fat burner plus common sense, diet, LAMO. Put her in her place. Stephanie, Jillian Michaels is a joke. Stephanie, you should give Jillian a free consultation. I don't think that she could handle that. Yo. She's been trying to fight this whole high fat, low carb thing for years. And I mean, she's from LA, so am I. So, like, there's a lot of stuff through the grapevine with people who know her and knew her from before. I'm not going to go there, but stay in your lane, girl. In this case, don't venture into this lane. Lost 25 pounds since Halloween listening to Steph Guys, she is the queen of keto. Thank you, Whitney. But you guys know I don't like to talk about weight loss. I like to talk about fixing your problem, your inflammation, inflammatory markers, disease, fix your gut. Then you will access that lean mass and get your estrogen and your leptin and your hormones. Well, that's estrogen. And your insulin balance, blood sugar. Okay, don't forget to like up the stream, you guys. There's 143 people in this chat. If you guys watch the replay, I spoke a lot about like dispelling and the myth and the junk that Jillian Michaels is talking about. She's talking about your body's in a state of emergency. No, it's not. That's ridiculous. What does that mean? So is my body in a state of emergency right now? I mean, come on, I've been doing this 11 years. So she's using a lot of, she's like, oh, polyphenols and antioxidants. Those are all in cruciferous vegetables, whatever. Let me see. Plus, there are like the most complete food that has everything is liver. A lot of you guys are developing colds and flus right now and don't understand that you are vitamin A deficient and zinc deficient. These vitamins are going to protect and help your immune function. Share this, share it. You guys share this. Share this video. Share it. Definitely share it. See, I think Jillian drove some people to checking out keto, opposite reaction. Exactly. But the problem is now, Juliette Marie, is that now there's just so much garbage on the internet when it comes to the ketogenic diet. And I've always said, if you do not do this dietary measure or lifestyle the right way, you will frack yourself up. That's a fact. I've seen it a million times. Thyroid disorders, physiological insulin resistance rebound, people develop hypoglycemia, people's hair is falling out, their electrolyte balance is super off, like horrible. People are nutrient deficient because they keep eating mono foods, or they're eating cheese, or they're eating nuts, and the cheese keto dirty thing is out of control. It's not nutrient dense whatsoever. Love your rants, Holla Girl. Thank you, honey. Keto saved my life. Right? She wants people to think that they can eat what they want and use her fake fat, exactly, detox products that just cause more damage. Thank you, Deborah. That's very well said. Let's see. Julia needs to try it before she knocks it. But the thing is, Holly, even if she tried it, she wouldn't do the right version of it, because she would just Google it. Right? She's not calling Stephanie, who's been doing it forever and who's older than her. She's going to Google it if she were to do it wrong, and then prove her theory. See, I did this for a month, and this is how sick I felt, and I got a lot of colds, and I was constipated, and I bled for like 8 days instead of whatever days. See, almost 100. I don't know how much. Okay, almost at 100 likes. No, we're only at 78 likes. Come on, guys, like up the stream. Let's get some people traffic to this humble channel where I break it down. And I'm not about dirty keto and intermittent fasting and all this kind of stuff, which you guys, I can talk about intermittent fasting and break it down, like what's good and what's horrible about it, if there's anything that's good about it. Okay, but Julian, write a book all about hormones. How does she know that? Not know. Because here's the problem with keto. In her mind, it doesn't matter that she wrote. I'm sure she had a ghostwriter. It doesn't matter that she wrote a book on hormones. I mean, I don't know if she studied endocrinology. I don't know if you don't need to actually sit in a classroom. If you actually just learn about your hormonal system and physiology, and how, when it comes to your insulin, when it comes to your leptin, when it comes to your reproductive hormones, when it comes to cortisol, all of these hormones are very important in all the systems that are balanced by the way that the hypothalamus pituitary reacts to stress, to life stress, and to inflammation. If she doesn't understand keto, then if you take someone like Chris Kresser, he's very, very intelligent, but he will tell you shouldn't do keto over the long term because you might develop physiological insulin resistance, or you might develop other hormonal issues like pregnenolone still, because people are doing the wrong versions of it. So if they do the wrong version of it, of course you're going to have thyroid problems. Of course you are. Of course, men, your testosterone is going to go tank down, just down to the ground. Let me see. Julia needs to try. Okay, I already read that. Hello. Just Feeling better than I have in years. With just 6 months on keto. The comments are under her video are savage. I laugh my butt off. And the number of dislikes, too funny. Oh, she tried it. I was wondering about how many grams of sugar would it take to cause blood sugar spike. 1 gram, unfortunately. So there's the answer. So many people warn me about not to start eating keto. Yeah, because they don't, I mean, look, people are doing keto wrong because they're all doing it wrong. People are just throwing cheese on everything and eating gobs of friggin' meat and lean meat and chicken breast. I've got people like, okay, so my keto diet is like olive oil and it's like a can of tuna and then I have some cheese on. I'm like, what? And then I drink coffee in the morning, intermittent fast. That's what's going to throw your body into a state of emergency, all your systems and your hormonal systems into a state of emergency. And if you have a problem with casein and cheese and you're eating A1, hormone injected, sick cow cheese, of course you're going to have problems with the microvilli in the small intestine. Of course. You're going to have inflammation. Okay, confused, got shingles after following strict keto for a year. You didn't do it right, Becky. What's your version of strict keto? Strict keto is not just the diet, people. Strict keto is following a circadian rhythm. Strict keto is knowing your A1C, your insulin, and your reproductive hormones before you even do keto. That's strict. It's going to bed before 10. It's getting 4 REM cycles per night. It's diaphragmatic breathing and knowing how to exercise. It's knowing when to push your body too hard and skip meals and not eating this as far as the dietary measures. If you've got inflammation, or do you have a strict plumb line, right? These things. Do you have estrogen in your liver, gallbladder? So your idea of strict keto is not mine. My idea of strict keto, like y'all know, I'm eating organ meats right now. I'm not eating just chicken thighs. I'm doing like heart right now, a lot of heart and liver and salmon. Those are my favorite right now. Becky, I need to know what you mean by gain weight. Do you mean lean muscle? Because I don't think you mean fat. Okay, I heard we're not supposed to eat plants because our colon is too short. Well, that's weird. No. We are omnivores. We can eat plants, but we don't get a lot of nutrient density from the plants, right? Because they're devoid of the fully formed fat-soluble vitamins that you can get from liver, for example. Plants have anti-nutrients in them. So, and then we genetically alter them to have more of these anti-nutrients in them because they're really great. They have the anti-nutrients. It's just like the plant's internal pesticide. So plants have their own sort of pesticide, and if we selectively breed, if we genetically modify the plant to have more of that anti-nutrient in it, it just destroys the gut. So that's the reason why we shouldn't be eating plants out of season all the time, because those anti-nutrients will start fracking up different systems. Mucus layer, gut, inflammation can go up, autoimmunity, people have got autoimmune issues, rheumatoid arthritis, they've develop lupus, polycystic ovarian syndrome, they develop osteoarthritis, they develop all the itises, the inflammation, they develop headaches and like poor wound healing, like menstrual cycle, everything. People don't get enough heme, or they don't get heme in plants. Should we consult her biggest loser clients? I know, right, Jeffrey? Hi, Jeffrey. Yay, hit 100. Thank you. Yes, we finally hit 106 likes. Thanks, guys. It's about keto state of emergency. Clinton Cunningham's like, Jillian Michaels' knowledge about keto is in a state of emergency. Yeah, it's not against her personally. I never want to bash somebody against who they are as an individual, as a person, or any of the wonderful things that they've done. But on having a big platform and sort of on a lifestyle and dietary measure that can help people with autoimmunity and cancer and epilepsy and all these things, people trying to heal their gut lining and their skin issues and the eczema and all this stuff, for her to make that comment can scare people off from something that could help them. What a plumb line? So plumb line is a straight posture, right? It's the top of your head, the ear, the chin, the shoulder, the waist down, so you're straight. A lot of people have pronated shoulders, their body's in a C shape like this, right? This is a lot of people's posture, and when they try to straighten, their shoulders are still pronated forward, so they've got to be up. That's a plumb line. Because if you're like this, then you begin to have digestive issues, organ issues, right? You don't have enough circulation. A lot of people get problems with their gallbladder because of sitting in a C shape with not enough upper trunk circulation. See, so you don't intermittent fast. No, intermittent fasting is just anorexia. That's all it is. I mean, people aren't really factoring in that. They're like, oh, she talks about autophagy, which she mentioned that too, like these words, autophagy, the cleaning up of your cells. Look, autophagy absolutely 100% happens when you can get all the stress down. Follow a circadian rhythm. Get your feet in the dirt. Eat freaking pastured, non-GMO corn-fed foods. Like breathe, relax. Know what foods you can react to and what you don't. If you are reacting to foods, rotate these foods, right? Then when you are not eating, you can experience autophagy, right? In the window of fasting while you sleep, you can experience autophagy or autophagy. Yeah, I used to fast a lot and I don't agree with doing it anymore. Exactly, the bike lane. The bike lane, that's a cute name. Stay in your back lane. Yeah, a lot of people fast because they don't understand the physiology of their own body at that moment. If you are going to fast or intermittent fast, that fasting window where you might break your fast at 12 or 1 or 2, rest. Don't go fast at cardio, go do your job, pay bills, do that, because without enough ketone production, viable ketones, without enough stored glycogen, your body's going to start going into gluconeogenesis and breaking down amino acids to feed the brain, because the brain doesn't care that you want to look aesthetic. Nobody's doing, I mean, very few people are trying to fast properly and thinking about autophagy. They're doing it because they want to get lean and drop their body fat. That for me is sitting at work at gallstone for 20 years. Exactly, Angie. That's my point. Stay in your lane. I have 100 pounds to lose though. Holly, doesn't matter that you have 100 pounds to lose. You must address the problems that you created with the 100 pounds, like estrogen dominance, like insulin issues, leptin issues, reproductive hormonal issues, sleep issues, any type of inflammation that you might have in the gut. All of those things must be addressed. You can't just eat some cheese and some nuts and you're going to lose those 100 pounds. People who do lose a lot of weight trying to do a ketogenic protocol don't tell you the truth. They don't tell you that they have screwed up guts. They don't tell you that the hair is falling out. They don't tell you that their menstrual cycle hasn't started in 3 months. They just sit there and go, I lost 100 pounds on keto. And they look sick. They develop crepey skin. They have stress on their organs, stress on their kidneys. Look at people. You can see health on their face. You want to know how to start keto? Carolina, I really have a lot of videos on how to start it. I've been doing a lot of live streams lately. I know they're kind of long, but maybe I will, tomorrow I'll do a, pre-recorded with no chat, how to start the keto diet, just to remind you guys how to do it properly. You guys, I do consultations and I have a keto course. It's $15 a month, which is like a fart in a bucket. It's not $650, which some people are charging for their courses. And that I can really teach you how to start this. And then we start breaking down histamine, DAO, if you should do carnivore or not, if you've got swelling, lymphatic problems, if you have pooping problems, constipation, liver, kidney problems, if you should do it if you're pregnant, there's a good place to go, or you could have a direct consultation. What? Dia. Michelle? What? Dia Michelle? Let me see. Is it true that first weight loss on keto is only water loss? Yeah, I mean, some people can lose maybe you have to realize a big, huge thing of loss can also be muscle from gluconeogenesis, from being too catabolic on keto, from having, cortisol issues prior to doing keto, and also, of course, water. But it's very hard to burn the fat, right? Burn the fat and preserve the muscle when you first do keto, your body has to develop the enzymes to even break down the fat and convert it into ketone bodies, acetyl-CoA, to go into get into the Krebs cycle. It doesn't just work like that. Acetoacetate. It doesn't work like that. It takes time for your body to really start utilizing and breaking down body fat as ketones, and you will have to. That's why I like to use a blood glucometer to see where your blood sugar is at, because if your blood sugar is skyrocketing, most likely you're not going to be using ketones. If your stool is floating, potentially your gallbladder is not breaking down the fat to use as ketones. If you have greasy stool, pale stool, things of this nature is quite prevalent why people don't adapt very quickly. So you have to heal the body first. Tyler and all you people, you can try to make your stupid commentary, but Deborah, my mod, she's on you people. It's not going to work. As long as Deborah's in the house, you don't have a voice to troll. You're wasting your time, so you might as well just learn. You always know who's genuine stuff, won't push products. She informs you of how important real food is. And then what is real food? That's also a big point in it. So we got 150 people and 115 likes. If you guys like up the stream, that helps bring more people to this channel. As you can see, I'm constantly breaking down the benefits and also things that can be difficult, the challenges, or how to fix some of your guys' problems by doing a ketogenic protocol the right way instead of the I want to adapt really quick way, which never really works. All good things come to those who wait. I saw some chicken feet in was it Deli today, and I thought about you. Collagen soup. That's awesome. So chicken feet is great. So people are trying to heal the gut wall. I wouldn't say that necessarily collagen powder is the best way to get a truly formed version of collagen. It'd probably to do oxtail, chicken feet, or pig feet, to be honest, to get, or the knuckle ends of a beef bone are really, really great with collagen to help with the gut lining. And of course, stress and getting proper sleep and connecting to a circadian rhythm will also help you heal that gut. But, you guys also have to think about what deficiencies you've had. So I've been looking a lot at Chris Masterjohn's stuff about vitamin A deficiency and zinc deficiency. So you want a retinol, you want it from liver, the fully formed version of A. This will help your immune system. And you guys, it's like when it comes to immune, your eyes, your allergies, dry eyes, which is I'm starting to realize why people might be experiencing dry eyes on keto is because of a vitamin A deficiency, and you're going to need zinc with vitamin A. See, that was ugly. Not good. Let me see. I was probably a kid. It's okay. Just want you to know, let me see, can you purchase consultation through our website? Yes, you can purchase a consultation through their website, and just go to stephanieperson.com. So that's totally one-on-one. I usually do it through Skype or FaceTime or Google Hangouts or Facebook video chat or the phone with people. But it's always really good to see someone so I can see what they look like as we discuss their metabolic and flexibility before doing keto. Just made oxtail soup. Awesome, Elisa. Awesome. See, there are people who will make like an oxtail soup or chicken feet soup. Just want you to know that you are really helping me out with staying on track with my keto diet. Awesome, TJ Daniels. Thank you. Let's see. Have you always been in such great shape? And that I would say that great shape is very subjective because I think I'm like 30, I don't know, 30, 32, something like here. You can't see it. I got pictures somewhere in a box where I was about 10 pounds less, or maybe even more. 10 pounds? 10, 11, 12 pounds less than I am now. So I had abs and I had shoulders. Mind you, when I was even younger, in my 20s, I was skateboarding. I was a professional skateboarder. So because I was skateboarding 5 hours a day, I mean, I've been an athlete my whole life. So I've never been fat because I've always been so active. And as a child, intuitively, I never liked to eat too much sugar or too much garbage. I just felt like it's wrong. Even though I was a little girl, my mom would make cookies, and I'd be like, okay, I'm only gonna have two. And I would tell myself as a 6-year-old, don't have any more cookies. I wouldn't just keep eating it until my mom said stop. Let's see. I just want to know that you are okay. I already read that. Blah blah blah. First, if you're on 6 medications, yeah, medications can definitely put a burden on your liver, which can be problematic to the production of ketones and your blood sugar. Really, to be honest, it's more about that blood sugar reaction that I see through coaching people throughout the years, where pharmaceuticals will have a reaction on blood sugar. I'm glad you say liver and vitamins. Vitamin A drives the insane when they can get vitamin A from carrots. You can see some people they get their vitamin A from like orange, red type of plants like paprika or bell peppers and carrots and things of that. But not that many people actually can convert vitamin keratin into a usable form of vitamin A. That's the problem. So just go and eat the organ meats, just eat the liver. You got it all right there, plus vitamin C, which has more vitamin C, accessible vitamin C than a friggin' apple. Actually, on my Facebook page, I printed a list of all of the things that organ meats supply you that fruits don't. Okay, this stream is stressing me out because it sounds like I've been doing everything wrong. No, don't get stressed. You get it, Holly. Change your thinking. I started keto June 1st, but I have lost a lot of weight. Feel better than ever in years. That's great, Holly, but unfortunately, you don't want to damage your systems, right? Your thyroid in the process. So people can go on vegan diets and other diets and feel good at first, because they've made such dramatic changes to the way that they ate before. But if you really want to do this for the long term, right, and not be in that statistic where it's not healthy, that's where you come into this. And knowledge is empowerment. It's not stress. It's all how you think, right? The mind is connected to the body. If you get stressed, so does the body. You don't have to take my word for it, but you can take the information and you can go do your own research and come to your own conclusion. We're the same age and you are inspirational. Oh, thank you, Annette. I've lost 20 pounds so far, 3 months in keto. Love it. So remember, people, I don't want people to lose water weight and muscle and consider that to be ketotic. I want you to be able to focus on your health first. So I just have to preface that. It's all about balancing all of your stress hormones first. And if you feel that your sleep's on point, there's no crepiness of the skin, hair's not falling out, you don't have inverted cortisol, your digestion is great, your poop is not floating, it's dropping like bombs down to the bottom of the toilet, and you're pooping every day, and then you lose 20 pounds and you know it's not water because you were doing a low carbohydrate before, then that's good. Boom. Great words to Holly, Steph. Oh, thank you so much, Phoenix Rising. Does anyone gradually cut down on synthroid or hypothyroid? Yeah. A lot of people either go cold turkey, they'll go down on their synthroid and their thyroxine and even their nature thyroid or their armor in time doing a ketogenic protocol. And also SSRIs. A lot of you guys are on serotonin reuptake inhibitors. That's something you can also get rid of in time. Yeah. I've had bad constipation, and when I go, it's a pale and floating stool. Can I fix that so I can adapt? Yes, Lexi. Lexi, you might want to consider a consultation because you have to decipher, is it your gallbladder? Is it leaky gut? Do you have any thyroid symptoms? Do you have any Candida albicans spore overgrowth? These are the things, gut dysbiosis, small intestinal bacteria overgrowth. These are the things that can cause constipation. Stephanie, you are not hungry. Is it okay to skip meals? Okay, so is it Vicky? Oh no, it's Vickley. Wait, what? Vickley or something like that. I don't know. No, the problem with a lot of people not hitting their macros and they're not hungry on keto, I'm starting to be concerned that they're having gallbladder sludge. So if you're not digesting the fat, you might feel a little like, I can't eat anymore. So I'm really concerned about that for people who just start doing keto. I can eat. And people will eat a third of what I eat and they're like, I'm not hungry anymore. So it's not just your body breaking down ketones and long chain triglycerides. It's more than that. Sometimes I think you guys don't have enough stomach acid. You're not breaking down the protein very well. It's not processed food. It takes a while for your body to break down these whole foods. So I just want to make sure that that you're not having it's not just breaking down fat, it's not just breaking down LCTs, that it's also that you're just I just want to make sure that that's not the problem and that you don't have low HCl levels, because if your stomach acids are low and then you're eating these types of foods, you might feel not hungry as well. Or people who don't eat very much are running on cortisol, and cortisol will stifle hunger, like an adrenaline cortisol release will stifle hunger, because if your body's stressed, it's running from a line and you're not going to have a meal running from a line. So you just have to make sure it's not these problems, because if your macros are not what they're supposed to be in the very beginning, your ketones, and I've seen this with many people, that they don't have enough ketone production, then they start to develop more hypoglycemic symptoms. So even though you're not hungry, you're crashing, so you can't have that either. Keto down 100% calories and calories out. I love carbs, but gonna manage calories. Sorry, Freddie, it doesn't work like that. If you have, so this calories in, calories out is a bunch of crap. I'm sorry. I work with a lot of people, mostly women, some men, who've got issues with their blood sugar. So if you're in storage mode, if your blood sugar, if you're insulin resistant, hun, you could have like 600 calories a day and still get fat. You also have to factor in your thyroid. A lot of women have thyroid insufficiency. Their TSH is either too high or their T3 is too low, and their body's like, we're not burning any fat. And then women keep dropping their caloric intake and then exercising more, blowing out the thyroid. So typically men say calories in, calories out, because they don't understand, like women, we have estrogen. Estrogen helps produce more fat within the fat cells. It's just like fat stored, high blood sugar, insulin resistance, high estrogen, and you're just developing lazy fat cells. If you have lazy fat cells and you exercise and exercise and exercise, you're not burning anything but muscle. That's why a lot of people will look small and then they'll have this tire right here. So it's not calories in, calories out. I'm sorry. Besides, cookies and steak are not broken down, digested, and utilized the same way. If I have 5 ounces of pork belly and it's let's say if I have 500 calories from pork belly that's 95% fat, and then I have cookies, both are going to be digested differently and both require different types of hormones. So if I eat cookies that are high in sugar and processed wheat, it's going to get to my bloodstream very quickly at a fast and at a high volume of glucose, and that's going to spike my insulin. I'm going to go into storage mode. Okay, so it doesn't matter. There's the same amount of calories, but the body treats them differently, and that's something. It's such a simple concept. Why don't people think like that? I don't know. They're like, oh, I only had like a rice cake. It's like only 100 calories. I'm like, but you have problems with your blood sugar. Blood sugar doesn't stay at 89 for you as a carb person, or 95. It shoots up to 110. And if your blood glucose is 110 milligrams per deciliter and your insulin is higher, I don't care you eating a rice cake. You're going to get fat on it. Boom. Okay, Joe 33 says, hi, Stephanie from CT Cape Town? Is that Cape Town? Am I tripping? My wife had a gallbladder removed and hypothyroidism. Exactly. See, his wife has a gallbladder removed. Typical. They go hand in hand. Hypothyroidism. Been trying to do keto for the past 3 months. Weight loss, been up, down, thinking about taking bile. Not sure. Is it you or you said Joe, my wife? Weight loss. Okay, so I've got to know, like when I do my consultations, it's detailed beyond measure. I mean, people start skimming through the day and I'm like, nope, back it up. What time do you wake up? What are the times? Do you wake up in the morning? Do you wake up in the middle of the night? How long does it take you to fall asleep? Do you have a TV in your bedroom? Do you have like a lot of light in your face, which is reminding me to get off the stream? Are you exposed to a lot of blue light? Are you second shift worker? What time do you get home? What do you do at night? Do you have a screen in front of your face? Do you have your cell phone or your iPad in the bed? Do you meditate? Do you exercise? What time do you exercise? Do you have any inflammation? Do you have any gut issues? Do you get bloated on certain foods? Do you have women with their menstrual cycle, we cover that. Men with their testosterone, we cover that. We talk about skin quality, and we talk about freaking everything. So if you crash, like, are you crashing at a particular time? We go over so many things in a consultation before we even hit what to eat next. Okay, let's see here. Do you count carbs, net total carbs? I count net if I'm doing cruciferous, and I don't obliterate it. Like, there's fiber left in it. Otherwise, you could just count the total carbs. That'll keep you in a safe range. Hey, I have kidney transplant, and keto has helped me. Thank you, Holly. Get me off the prednisone, which is, yeah, prednisone is weight and dealing with inflammation. It's helped me grow in my good habits so well. What is the next step? So I love the fact that Holly had a kidney transplant and keto helped her get off of prednisone. So that's where a lot of people are like, with kidney issues, can I do keto with kidney? And I'm like, yes, because if you're not eating a lot of protein, because my ketogenic protocol is moderate to low protein, it's great for people who've got kidney issues. The next step, Holly, is a consultation. I'm not going to lie. I can't touch that one with you until I actually speak with you directly. Telling you what to do on a live stream on my phone, not good. Okay. Keto does not get rid of fibroids. Some women, it can shrink it exponentially. Like, women who have got fibroids, most likely they're not going to disappear to nothing. Let's just keep it real. These are typically benign tumors that like to grow on everything. Stress, blood sugar dysregulation, poor sleep, sugar, hormones. So the lack of vitamin D, right? That can make your progesterone being on the floor, not getting enough of vitamin D. And your fat soluble vitamins might be a reason why your progesterone's on the floor. So which will make fibroids love to grow in the presence of too much estrogen or the domination of estrogen. So if you have a great clean ketogenic diet, but your blood sugar is unstable, you still haven't addressed the stress that's keeping your progesterone too low, you might shrink the fibroids down by a certain percentage or prevent them from growing even bigger. But most likely they're not going to disappear to nothing, because this is a very common thing that happens in the presence of estrogen or low progesterone, which is not a common tumor that people grow, another type of tumor or growth around their entire body. Like, there's different reasons why we develop growths. So to shrink those fibroids to zero, most likely not. Shrinking them 40, 50%, that I think is feasible in a ketogenic protocol. I had blood clots in 2015 and 16. Would keto help the blood clots? So I need to know why you had blood clots. So I can't say that right now. Need to know more. What foods? Because like keto can help a lot of things, but I don't know if it's going to help like the clotting factor that you have, blood clots. Don't know. Could help other things, but don't know if it's going to gear towards that specifically. What foods can I eat to increase my progesterone? There's not foods that you can eat that will raise your progesterone. It's the whole lifestyle. So it's regulating your blood sugar. That's why keto is so good, or low carb, high fat, and healthy foods, right? Foods that don't have glyphosate, sealing the gut lining, staying away from xenoestrogens and things that have, this outside estrogen to the inside. Get off of birth control pills. There's a lot of things that can help raise your progesterone if you're still in that, definitely regulating blood sugar and sleep and stress and the plumb line and breathing and diaphragmatic breathing and all this stuff, and having really, really high quality foods. But without knowing more, it's too hard to give a straight line answer. It'll be just like airy fairy and very general if I don't know more specific qualities. I don't know what age you're at. I don't know if you had any menstrual cycles and issues in the past. Women are like, oh, when I was, 32, I didn't have a menstrual cycle for 8 months. Like, I need to know those things. Or like, I was anorexic, or I was on birth control pill, like, or I've got endometriosis. Like, all of these things I would need to know to then give you a somewhat of a objective response. Listen to Julian is crazy. She has 95% regain of her what? You wrote Killian is crazy. She has a 95% regain of her diet, her style diet. I don't get it, Diamond. Sorry. Sorry, new here. This is probably rudimentary, but okay. So what is the deal with carb grams to aim for to ensure that you do 20 carbs? Just say 20 total. Super simple. But really, Sophie, it's about the 200 grams of fat coming from really healthy animal sources. And getting your protein. Okay. We go by Dingleberry and Berry, Dr. Berry, mostly I found you. Oh, okay. So, Dr. Ken Berry, we've been actually having a lot of contact. We're thinking about like, maybe doing a chat or a talk or something. He's all into the fasting. I'm not. He has a lot of great information. Some of it I'm like, eh. And Dingleberry, no. I think that Dingleberry has great information when it comes to other aspects, but keto, 100% nothing. He knows, I can say that unequivocally, 100%, you know nothing about how to prescribe a ketogenic lifestyle onto someone. Zero, period. End of story. Nope. So don't follow him on that. Follow him on other stuff, and he might have like nuggets of good information, but when it comes to keto, nothing out of his mouth is earnest. Nothing. It's all about the coin. 20 grams or less, yes. Do you trust keto? No, keto supplements are garbage. Absolutely, 100% garbage. Junk. Waste of money, expensive nonsense. I've been saying for years that I don't agree with beta-hydroxybutyrate, salts, ketone esters. Maybe people are finding it like whatever. There is a channel that wants to interview me, and I think they're amazing, but I don't prescribe what they sell, but I subscribe to them trying to get out great health information, not supplements. Nope. Nickname's too funny. No, I said Dingleberry, berry, no. Kenberry, yes, but not the intermittent fasting. I don't know. My body fat right now, you guys look the lightest horrible. It's probably like 13% body fat right now. You can't see the lightest horrible. Oh, let me see. Love lifting heavy weights. Just love it. Can I do it once I'm fat? Yes, you can. Living. Yes. A dingleberry. Dr. Barry. That's a Swedish way to say it. Barry. Did I say dingleberry? Barry. With a G at the end. I don't want to talk smack about people, but when it comes to him talking about keto, bullcrap, absolute nonsense. It's just coins. Ching. Because he jumped on that keto wagon not that long ago. Look back to the video catalog. Okay. Let me see here. Let's see. You know, what? Amazing, 30%. Thank you. Do you think... No, I don't like any. Is it IUD? Yeah. No, I'd rather go by the temperature. It's a bit more accurate. It's just that women, you can use like apps and thermometers that are really great to test your temperature to know when you're ovulating. Do you need to go comment on that video I just did? Okay, I will. I've heard that IUD for 10 years and mine has never been a problem. I mean, no. And when people say that things aren't a problem, I kind of don't care in some aspects, because I'd really love to talk to you more personally, because I'm against them. So maybe that's subjective. But if I were to speak to you more personally, then that would help me understand more of what you consider good. Okay, guys, this is it. It's getting dark. It's an hour on the stream. I wanted to address The original commentary was about Jillian Michaels' ridiculous statements that the ketogenic diet is bad. Now, the wrong version of it, dirty keto, people doing it the wrong, all the misinformation on the internet, absolutely. And the reason why there's not a lot of information about keto over time is because people haven't done it. But I've done it for 11 years straight, and I've worked with people up to 6 years now. So now I've got data that other doctors don't even have. They don't even have it because they don't know. It's all anecdotal. They're guessing. It's theoretical, actually. You need to go comment on that. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Thank you so much, Steph. Thank you. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. Don't forget that I have a Instagram, which is Stephanie Ketogenic. There I put up great information every day. Today I was talking about vitamin A and zinc. And I love to just talk about the body. It's just one of my favorite subjects in the world. And not just keto, just the body in general. So far, so good. Keto Diamond. Okay, cool. Come see me. Let me know about my keto, Stephanie, even when I'm doing it wrong. Okay. And keto has been around forever, but the problem is people don't know how to do it, right? It's all theoretical. So no one knows how to do it. Nobody understands. You see all macros all over the internet. No one knows how to do it. They understand the science of ketone bodies, how the body can use in every cell as ketones, as energy. People understand that, how the brain can use it, how cells can use it. But people don't understand how to do it, how to eat, how to sleep, how to live, how to exercise. Like, they don't understand that part of it. So that has not been around forever. That's been around here. Okay. Oh yeah, to like up the chat, collapse the chat window, hit the thumbs up, and then reopen the chat to join the chat again, which happened to be prepared for a consultation. So Lexi, for a consultation, you would just write a 1-week journal of your dietary measures and times. And if you want to, you can include things like if your poop is floating or not, if any foods are giving you gas, and if when your energy tanks. So those types of things are best for a consultation. Pre-consultation information. Hurry up with that book. Yes, I'm not going to hurry because every day I'm learning stuff. And so every day I'm learning what to put in the book. So it's coming. It's coming. It'll be out. I'm being very careful now saying when. Even the title of the book. Just be patient. It's coming. It's coming. So thank you guys for joining this chat. It's time for me to go. Jillian Michaels, if you want to have a conversation with me, right here, just go to stephanieperson.com. We'll have a conversation. Or not. But I'll tell you one thing. You come in for this amazing lifestyle that's changed my life, my mom's life, and thousands of people's lives, then I'm coming for your stupid statements. All right? Consultation with C's. I'd be scared to do. Oh no, Melissa, I'm a different person. Being on the internet makes you a weirdo. Like, in a consultation, I'm very calm and I'm very comforting, and I'm a completely different person. Somebody said to me, Stephanie, I like your information, but you're very defensive on the internet. And I'm like, yes, I'm on the internet and I'm 51. Being on the internet is a really weird place to exist. I'm on all social media. Trolls come at you. If Deborah was not getting rid of the trolls, you guys would be seeing explosive, horrible comments. And yeah, they put you on the defense. You have to protect yourself if you're an internet person. There's some craziness out there. And me being on the internet this long, I've been around long enough to see the craziness, the craziness of being on the internet. So yeah, but in a consultation, I'm not the person you see on the friggin' live streams. There's no way. Deborah says that my consultations are nice and she's great about guiding you. Yes. Oh no, high fat diet causes keto madness. I know. I'm crazy. Am I saturated fat? We'd be the best at 51. Yes. It's great. You know, my whole thing is I want to inspire people that as we get older, you don't have to feel like, oh, I'm reaching this age, so I guess my body should be like this. You know, people say this to me all the time. Well, I'm getting older, so this is the reason why this is happening and that has happened. I go, no, it's what you're doing to your genetics. It's not your genetics. It's what you're doing. So if I can teach people how to how to pay more attention and change their life and think differently, then we don't have to turn into old bag of bones out in the field, and be old and dress a certain way and act a certain way. I'm tired of people saying, you too old to dress like that. You too. I'm younger than you are internally. Let me see, I'm 53. I feel 25 again. Awesome, Melissa. Keto 60. Yes. Are your consultations via phone? No, they're either Skype or FaceTime or Facebook video or Google Hangouts. Those are the main ones I use. And, at the end of the day, phone also works. Let's see here. When we do a video skateboarding, I'm thinking of soon going skateboarding. So that'll come soon. Today, I was doing handstand push-ups, no wall. So I'm going to upload that tomorrow. So you guys see me work out a little bit more. I'm a hip granny. Yay! Okay, guys, I better go. Let me see. I'm 52, hypothyroid, but keto is helping me lose weight. Okay, so Shelly, let's just hope it's fat and not lean mass. Let me see. It's changed my life. It's changed my life also. 90 pounds down strict. No, not strict. It's down since starting keto last April at 54. Great. So we just want to make sure you guys don't agitate the thyroid and go through gluconeogenesis in the process of losing a lot of weight. Everybody have a great weekend. Deborah says, okay, thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. And I'm out. Peace. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. What is it? John's says only person to make sense sense at our age. Beautiful, wise woman. Sleep big. Kiss. Thank you so much, John. Okay, guys. Good night. I'm out. Because look, I got my lights up and there's no more sun, and I don't want to be having inverted cortisol because, me being this hyper at night messes with my sleep, and that's why I try to do streams and have it end as soon as the sun goes down. But I missed it this time. There's so many people in this chat. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like up the stream. If you guys want me to cover certain subjects, comment down below. As you guys see, I'm trying to mix live streams with live streaming, but I put it on private and then upload it a day later. Let me know what content you want me to cover, and I'm out. Thanks, guys. Yeah, if you want to join the course, you go to stephanieperson.com. If you want a consultation, it's stephanieperson.com. If you don't want any of that, you want to go to a Facebook fan page, it's Stephanie the Business Person, as in the business. Or you can just go to my Instagram, which is Stephanie Ketogenic. I need to drink some water because I'm dehydrated now because I've been talking a lot, and I'm out. Yes. I'm out. My phone doesn't focus with crappy light. Thanks, guys.